Hello, I'm Maurice Engler from Merging Technology. I'm very proud to announce a new product called HAPI. It's a little brother of HORUS, and now we have a family here. So HORUS and HAPI are front-end I/O converters, high quality. I'm going to explain what it is exactly, but they are both Ravenna compatible, meaning AES67 compatible, which is now the standard of audio over IP. We have on the HORUS, first of all, 64 MADI in and outputs, 24 ASCBU, the MADI extendable over to 128, and then we have behind 6 bays where we can have A to D, D to A, the A to D being with mic pre's and per channel, and then 2 families where we can go or up to 192 kHz or higher up to DSD and DXD. Those 6 bays can be combined as you want, so we can have only a digital machine, or we can go then over 24 channels, 48 channels, however we want. Then the command is over touchscreen in front, where we can change the different needs for the mic pre's, for example, where we can then, announce here and change our mic pre input, for example, 48 volt, pads, phase invert, all of that. Now the little brother, which is HAPI, it's much smaller, and this time the same philosophy. But then we have 8 ASCBU, we have ADAT with toastling behind, and SPDIF. Over there we have 8 ASCBU, we have the clocking over here, we have the ADAT over there with the SPDIF, and of course the Ravenna connector with its redundancy. And here we have this time 2 slots. Those 2 slots can maintain the same type of components as here in terms of AD and DA, so each time 8 channels, or A to D with microphone preamplificator, or D to A, 2 families again, up to 192 kHz, or higher up to DSD and DXD. We have also another card, excuse me, which is the MADI card. So you can combine those flavors as you want. The beauty with the Ravenna then, because of its AES67 capability, can go, if you go over there, brings me to the Ravenna manager, and that can be connected to many different items. So of course at Merging we have different products. We have Pyramix, very renowned DAW, we have Ovation, media playout system on a mass core platform that can connect directly to our Ravenna, but we as well developed free of charge drivers for ASIO driver and for co-audio driver. So whatever type of product compatible on the Mac or on the PC world, being ASIO or co-audio, can then connect to Ravenna. Up to 64 channels, input and output simultaneously. Then the philosophy of that is that you have on the left side your local computer, your local system, which is in our case a Pyramix Mascore, and on the right side now I have the connections of my HORUS and the connections of my HAPI, all the available inputs and outputs depending if you have AD cards or DA cards or MADI or SCBU, and then you're connected. Very simple. The beauty of that is that instead of being traditionally point to point, now we are point to a switch and we multicast. So I have an example here typically where we have 2 HORUS. This is a French television where they have a new 5 channel with 1 central set, so they share the resources of all the different inputs and outputs. We have 2 HORUSes, 1 gigabit switch, gigabit Ethernet switch, and that can then share the resources of these 2 HORUSes with the 5 different control rooms where they have each time an Ovation. So it reduces costs, and this is very efficient in this sense. And on the other hand, we could have, typically for recording then, having different HORUS or HAPI, for example, one on the ceiling close to the microphones and one on stage, going to a switch again, and then going to a Pyramix, for example, for its recording, or any capable ASIO driver or co-audio driver system on a Mac or on a PC to be able to ingest those audio streams. At the end, because it's Ethernet, very easy for redundancy and so very cost effective in this sense. So here we have all the different flavors of, I turn the page, excuse me, we have all the different flavors that we can put together, in the sense that we can have or only a digital machine, or with AD, with DA up to 16 channel, or with a MADI card.
Please continue when and shipping the price.
You wanted did I talk about price? So the entry price for the HORUS is 4,500 euros, and then we have to add the AD or the DA cards. And of course, for some users or for some customers, typically in the broadcast or in the post-production environment, if you just look at one studio, it's oversized in terms of its I/O. So if you share resources, it's fantastic. But if you're just one person, it's a bit oversized. So we decided then to do the HAPI, which starts at 1,700 euros for the digital, and then typically for AD with the microphone preamplifier per 8 channels, it's 1,200 euros as the input, and for the DA it's 800 euros per 8 channels. So it brings up to a very fair price for a smaller system. And there again, you can talk to your Mac, to your PC, over ASIO or Core Audio, or of course to our own products, this time over Mascore and over Ravenna.